Hello everyone, I am CoolGuy, welcome back, and today I'd like to talk about the Warmind expansion a little bit, just a quick video, because I like to think of myself as a realist when it comes to Destiny. Now if you've been following me, my channel, what I do, you know that I love this game, and I'm critical of the game when I need to be. The arguments that I make are for the overall health of the game, it's out of love. And we've had a couple of updates since launch, and specifically the recent Sandbox update along with this DLC have made the most impact, because Destiny needed a couple things. It needed a grind, it needed its identity back. And a long time ago, back before Destiny 1's launch, they said, you know what, when you see an item or gear, that item has a story, you know exactly what that player went through, and I'm telling you right now, when I see the new exotic sword, when I see the sleeper sim, when I see the Rhetoric's Claymore, I know exactly what that player went through to get it, and that's something Destiny's been missing. And I can't speak for you, but I really like that kind of grind, and it's for the first time in a long time that I'm actually really enjoying playing Destiny 2. Now the Warmind campaign itself is very short. I got through it and I thought, here we go again. You know, here we go again with this stuff. But something changed. Little things that you started picking up, like the resonant stems. You put 4 together and it makes a thing called an override frequency. Okay, well, you go see where that is, you pick it up, you do it enough, and then you have, you know, the most powerful heavy weapon in the game. You have to use this hand cannon the whole time, that's horrible, but whatever, boom, you have the most powerful heavy weapon in the game. All the while you're ranking up, you're getting Ingrams, you're having fun with your friends, you have new weapons. Now if you stop and kind of think about it for a second, there's actually things to do in Destiny. But not only that, it's very hard content, it's very difficult starting off. Like the escalation protocol, it's tough, there's a lot of levels to it, most people are really under light level. And you not only need a fire team, but numerous other players. They made it extremely difficult if you don't have a plan, and that's the main draw to me, personally, the difficulty of it. I haven't even stepped foot in the new raid due to being underleveled. At some point, we're going to get our rank up, it's going to be a little bit easier, but I still think it's going to be very difficult, it's going to be hard, and that's still far removed from these activities being, for like a less of a better term, a cakewalk. And as a side note for my channel as a content creator, I can finally get into what I like doing. Adding those private matches allows us to get solid numbers, be alone with a weapon, a set of armor, compare recoil, fall off, know it like the back of my hand, the do's and don'ts. I love doing that. But moving on, you can't really judge this DLC on its campaign, because if you did, it would be a solid 4 or 5 out of 10. Now the only reason for that is due to length. I think it had a really well put together story, good storytelling. I wanted to know more. I enjoyed it. Just it's very short, and I think the goal was to more so put players in a position to have choices, tasks, and challenges to chase after the fact. Because the game has to be fun, and honestly, I'm going to tell you, this is the most fun I've had in Destiny 2. I can say that with confidence. It's a mixture of a lot of things. We have these exotic sandbox changes that were huge. Seeing the Sunshot do good things, the Crimson do good things, the Graviton Lance, they're just really fun to play with. And I can say that I don't really see this DLC as a setback. Usually there's something that they changed or they did, and it isn't really well received. The only thing I can really think of is like the no radar in the comp playlist. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But also the heroic strikes not giving good gear, but that stuff can be fixed. They've already said that for this current season, they're not going to do anything to the radar, so don't get your hopes up. But you, as a fellow Destiny player, I'm sure a lot of you have friends that have just come and gone. One week you're raiding, and out of nowhere, no one's there. And I just checked my friends list. I have 11 friends on there playing Destiny, because before this expansion, I saw 1, maybe 2. And I would really like to hear your experience with that. But for sure, I had 3 or 4 players come back that only played Destiny 2's launch, didn't even play Osiris. They played vanilla, like, I'm done. But they came back to Warmind because they heard good things about it, and they're really enjoying it. And since this launch, that's all we've been playing. We dropped Fortnite, we dropped all these things. I think a lot of it has to do with the exotics, I really do. They're actually really fun to play with. Chasing down the catalyst to make them even better, it's been a blast. Going back into the raid has been a blast. Warmind has done a lot for Destiny, and it's putting it back on track. And I always ask the same question, is this a better game than it was on launch? I believe that it is. I also believe that the best version of Destiny 2 isn't out yet, because in September, they have that new mode reveal, changes to the weapon slots, it goes on, and it could put the game over the edge. And mostly with Destiny, I'm mostly a PvP player. I love it. Probably 2,000 Crucible hours alone, over 100,000 kills. But for the first time in Destiny's history, the PvP players have something to grind for, like a real grind with a clear objective. A time-consuming grind. Trials is one thing, but at the end of the tunnel, you have this weapon, the Rhetoric's Claymore. That's a must-have, and let's be real, guys, that weapon is kind of an exotic. They probably had the conversation there at the studio if it should be yellow or not, and probably decided that it would divide the community since you could only get it in PvP, but really think about it, that's kind of an exotic weapon. At least it looks like it performs like one. You have to win in the playlist, and I haven't touched comp since the first 2 weeks of the game, so I got back into it. because there hasn't been any reason to up until now, but I know that when you go in there, every player is going hard. Every player needs that win for their rank to increase. It's been awesome. I haven't had the chance to play Comp 2 too much. I've completed the first level, I'm 3/4 of the way in the next one, and then we will have the final level of the grind. It's been exciting, it's been fun. But it doesn't stop there though, at least for me. There's all these new activities, all these new grinds, but we have clanmates, we have friends, and you want them to have that weapon. You have 2 other characters to level up, but you want those friends to enjoy these weapons as well. So when I get this Claymore, my sleeper, or weapons from that level 7 escalation protocol, I'm more than willing to grind and help my friends out because the content is fun. Replayability is there for me personally. It's challenging, it's representing what I think Destiny is. There's probably some hidden quests for exotics, time-locked ones that are yet to come out yet. We'll just have to wait and see. And just today they announced new additions to the roadmap. So May 29th, here shortly, faction rally improvements, Crucible Labs, which is a player test environment, essentially, and something Destiny has needed. Maybe they throw in one with a fast TTK. Maybe they mess with health a little bit. It's invaluable for the PvP players. They're also going to be adding in exotic armor changes in that May 29th update. Now, in July, the summer update, the Solstice of Heroes seasonal event, bounties are coming back, and that was one of my favorite things, guys. I mean, I'd wake up, get a cup of coffee, and do things like to get 20 fusion rifle double kills with the same like fusion rifle bolt. It was fun for me. They're adding prestige mode to the raid layers, PC clan text chat, triumphs, and even more exotic sandbox changes. And then we have the September Comet, and there's going to be a new game mode that has never been in a first-person shooter before, so I'm really excited for that reveal. Gear collections, weapon slot changes, weapon randomization, so on, much, much more. But the game is being updated. And just like the title of the video states, I think Warmind is getting Destiny back on track. You have to have a solid base to build off of, and I think that they're doing it. If the foundation they are doing right now, like, holds, keeps gaining momentum, I think that we're all going to be good. I think that they've listened to feedback very well. The only thing left to do is just to do it. But I want to know down in the comment section what your experience is with Warmind. There's no wrong answer, just please be respectful to one another. I know some of you guys are going to disagree with me, that's alright, just tell me about it. I work the next couple of days and hopefully by Tuesday I'll have my next video up. It's a review of the Suros regime. You can do a couple cool things with it, guys. But it's taken a long time to get the numbers on it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.